Mole Day is an unofficial holiday celebrated among chemists, chemistry students, and chemistry enthusiasts on October 23rd between 6:02 a.m. and 6:02 p.m. A mole is the amount of pure substance containing the same number of chemical units as there are atoms and exactly 12 grams of carbon-12. When most people think about moles, they think about the scientist Amedeo Avogadro. He was born in 1776 and he is known for Avogadro's law, constant, and number. In 1811, he published an article which contains Avogadro's hypothesis. Avogadro's law is a principle stated in 1811 by the Italian chemist Amedeo Avogadro. He says that equal volumes of gases at the same temperature and pressure contain the same number of molecules regardless of their chemical nature and physical properties. Avogadro's number is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd power. This is the number of molecules of any gas present in a volume of 22.41 liters, and it's the same for the lightest gas as for a heavy gas. This law can be stated mathematically as V equals Kn, where V equals volume, N equals amount of substance of gas, and K is proportionality constant.
In 12 grams of carbon-12, each atom has a role, defining the number of particles in a mole. Avogadro gave his name to this quantity, 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. A mole of any substance gives the same amount of particles that would otherwise be difficult to count. And for any substance, they add up to be 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. A mole is not a furry animal in chemistry, but a way of counting particles numerically. A mole of carbon atoms may not make you rich, but a mole of diamonds will if you make the switch. Especially if you can count them individually, you'll get 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. A mole is not a furry animal in chemistry, but a way of counting particles numerically. And for any substance, they add up to be 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. And for any substance, they add up to be 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23.
Sometimes converting moles seems hard, but all you need to do to convert from moles to volume is multiply your mole value by the molar volume constant, which is 22.4 liters. When you want to convert from particles to moles, you divide your particle value by Avogadro's number, which is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power. Just to put into perspective how big moles are, 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power of pennies would make at least 7 stacks that would reach the moon. 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power of watermelon seeds would be found inside a melon slightly larger than the moon. And 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power of blood cells would be found more than the total number of blood cells found in every human body on the earth. In chemistry, a mole is actually a more convenient standard unit than attempting to measure in mass or volume, especially in chemical equations. The development of the mole as a standard unit of measurement for calculating the elementary entities contained within a substance has a history that dates back to the first table of relative atomic mass, crafted by John Dalton in 1805. There has been much controversy over the use of the mole as a standard unit of measurement since its formal adoption in 1971. Largely because scientists have long known that knowing the mass of a substance is not always necessary for measurement. As of 2011, the governing body over weights and measurements agreed to investigate alternatives to the mole. If you hear someone say there is a mole of something in chemistry, it means there is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power of something. For example, if someone says there is a mole of chemistry teachers, that means there is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd power of chemistry teachers. It is a lot easier to use and write the word mole than to write out the whole equation. We use moles because it gives us a consistent method to convert between atoms/molecules and grams. Moles also allow chemists to weigh out amounts of two substances, for example, iron and sulfur, such that equal numbers of atoms of iron and sulfur are obtained. A mole of a substance is defined as the mass of a substance containing the same number of fundamental units as there are atoms in exactly 12 grams of carbon-12. Moles make it a lot easier for scientists to do conversions and have everything be on the same measurement. Without Avogadro's discovery, who knows where the science and chemistry world would be. Thanks to Avogadro and moles, it makes science that much easier.